Hi all, this is a mock meeting for a stakeholder engagement meeting. We'll be talking about the Cann River grade control structure. I've got two other employees for EGCMA here with me. They'll be acting as the local council and the contractor that we use for the job. I'm Ryan. This is Taylor and John. Do you want to do some introductions of yourselves?
So I'm John. I'll be acting as a member of the council today.
And I'm Taylor. I'll be acting as the contracting company for the grade control structure works.
All right, well, we may as well get started. So this is just a discussion on what we'll be doing and what works will be hopefully taking place. Currently the grade control structure at Cann River, adjacent to the Cann River Caravan Park, has developed a large hole in it, and we're hoping to repair it to try and stop sediment loss upstream of the Cann River, which will slow down any erosion issues, and we can lower the grade of the river artificially, maintaining the river bed level depth. So what's expected of this works is we'll be having to bring in machinery, 2 excavators and trucks to deliver roughly 600 tonne of rock. And we'll be installing that rock into the hole of the grade control structure or rock chute. This will be done over a period of probably a week to a week and a half. And hopefully all goes to plan. The project will be successful. So do you guys have any questions for now of what we're doing?
Not for the moment.
What we're hoping to achieve in this project is to reinstate the grade control structure to what it was before, and this in turn will have benefits upstream for the local community, saving any further meandering of the river and deepening and erosion problems. We need to engage in local council for approvals, as this work is adjacent to the Cann River Caravan Park. So some of the main governance approvals we'll be needing to do is whatever approvals we need through council. We'll have to have dial before your digs in place. With the contractor, we'll need appropriate SWPs followed. We require you to follow EGCMA's safe work practices and abide by our compliance rules, I guess. What questions do you have for us at the moment?
How far in advance would you like our swims and any paperwork delivered to you for assessment?
We have minimum 2 weeks required so we can assess the swims. We'll be going down and doing site visits first to discuss options for installation and best methods, safe work options, what council may require us in regards to the safe operation of the project around public amenities and the general public. What requirements would be required for council when we're working adjacent to a caravan park. What would you require? Like, would you like us to put fencing up or?
Being at the caravan park, it's mainly safety for the community. So obviously need the site fenced off while there's construction works happening. Any hazards in place?
Yeah, so we'll be using temporary fencing around the site. It'll be locked up at night. We'll be using spotters for when trucks are rolling in and out at the entry and have signage in place stating what we're doing with numbers to ring and contacts within us to be able to let general public know if they have any questions, what's going on. Yeah, along with those requirements, we'll be having the contractor give us a thorough safe work method statement, along with an emergency response plan if anything was to happen. We have a clear guideline of what to do and how to do it.
And we'll feed that into our swims and our project management plan as to what signage we require. We'll put that on our tent fencing, now securing for our site. We'll have all our signage and all that detailed into our plan as well, so you can assess that prior to us being on site.
Okay, what sort of machinery do you think it would be suitable for the area? There's a steep embankment for access. There'll be water flowing over the chute. We have been talking about in previous discussions using 2 excavators to move rock from the side of the chute and into the chute, and having 1 excavator to traverse over the chute to minimise any risk of environmental damage, oil spills or fuel spills. You'll be required to have spill kits available on site and in any vehicles or trucks. What else will we need to do?
We can assess that when we're out on site. We have our initial site meeting. We can sort of look at the area as to what machines we think are suitable for it. Whether it's suitable for truck and trailer to bring in rock, or whether it is just single truck, and how big the sort of stockpile area will be for us to get machines in and still look at public safety. And then same thing as well for the environmental aspects and the steepness of the bank. Once we're out on site, we can assess as to what size excavators and machinery would be best for that area.
Yeah, we're going to have to be pretty careful on any vegetation damage. So we're going to have to pick a working line, make sure we have minimal vegetation damage as much as possible. Probably due to the location of the quarry banks quite close, single trucks will be a lot less damaging to the council assets. And at the end of the project, we'll be doing any road resurfacing that might be required, or any rehabilitation works that will be required. Do you guys know of any high risk elements that you might need to make us aware of?
No, there's just the aspect of obviously campers down there, managing traffic and how you go about managing the trucks and that coming into site, around pedestrians and that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I said earlier, so we'll be using a spotter at the entrance point to the caravan park. They'll be on UHF radio channel, talking to each other, to guys on site, and having someone at the site to open and close gates as trucks come in to dump rock at the dumping zone. We're purposely avoiding an area of dumping on the site to not have to get more permissions from Parks Victoria. So we're going to dump down close to the site to make it a bit more streamlined with time constraints for the contractor. I know you guys have only got a limited time frame to get the job done. What's your availability for the work at the moment?
If we undertake a site meeting next week, then we should be able to assess it, give you your 2 weeks for assessment of swims, and then we'll be able to undertake all our dial before you digs, and get all our operators lined up. So I'd say within the next month we should be able to get to site, and start and do a bit of a stockpile. From there we can have a look at, as we said, what machinery. Looking at lesser impacts, we could potentially have a rubber track machine for the riverbank, and then have the metal tracks out actually in the river, just for the rock work. We obviously can't use the rubber tracks. And then, yeah, we can go from there. If you're happy for us to start then and everything's okay to go, then we'll kick off when you want.
as long as all your swims and SWPs and emergency response plans are in place, that should be good. We'll have to do cultural heritage checks in the area as well. And once all these approvals are in place, then we can get approved by like our management internal to go ahead and do the works. Any other high risk? So there is obviously risk of machine roll over working in river, inclement weather risks. I know we're time bound for how much time you have available to do the work, but we'll have to work together on that and make sure we do the job properly. It's critical that the job's done to a high standard. We can't afford this to fail again.
Yeah.
So what else have we got?
We'll keep an eye on weather while we're there. We'll liaise with you as to the job's progression. And when we're out, we'll have a couple of days with you being on site as to how we're operating. If there's anything that you'd like us to change, then we're happy to work with you to make sure we get the job done right. All our operators are trained and qualified. And we have all ROPS, FOPS, everything on our machines and everything up to safety standards all being looked at, so they should be right for being checked off and everything as well. So
yeah, I'll need a list of your up-to-date tickets for the guys that will be working on site.
yeah, no worries.
We'll need to do a review of the swims before we get started. Inductions in place.
Yeah.
Minimum PPE requirements: hard hats, long sleeves, long pants, and boots.
Yeah.
What else do we need? I think we've almost covered it all. Any other governance requirements that you can think of that might be, maybe we can do like a notice in the local paper of what the work's going to be happening, let the local community know.
Yep.
We can talk to local land care groups about the work, and once the work's complete, we'll get in there and do some revegetation works and try and rehabilitate the area a bit.
We can get some topsoil to sort of rejuvenate the site. Obviously, we'll keep everything as neat and tidy as we can. But if you'd like us to bring in some topsoil just to sort of put over the area that we've tracked so you can plant into, we can also accommodate you there and do that.
Yeah, that'd be good, because we're going to have to lay some rock down the access track to get machines and trucks in without slipping and sliding.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. What else have we got to talk about? I don't really know. Once we do a site meeting, we can go a bit further in depth into it. Do I need any permissions from council to be doing this? Any sort of I don't know, any agreements in place or any what's the word? Any permits?
I believe so.
I think generally we just liaise with sort of the environmental officer with the Shire and just sort of go through the permit process there about working in a Shire area. I think it's just a one-page document that you can access online majority of the time, and that goes through them. They'll do a quick site assessment and probably liaise with yourself, and yeah, I think that's generally about it for that.
Yeah, I'll put together a work plan with maps and a step-by-step process of what we're planning on doing in the area for approval to you, and then once we get that approval, we can get the ball rolling with cultural heritage checks, contractor inductions, and requirements that we require as well. Any other questions?
Oh, not really a question because you covered off on it before, but yeah, any damage to council assets, that sort of stuff. If you can just keep me informed if something is damaged, and yeah, how you go about repairing or rehabilitating areas that have been impacted.
Yeah, with the quite a few trucks rolling in and out, we're expecting a little bit of damage coming in. So if we need to, we'll liaise with you and we'll get the road incoming resheeted, however you need, to put the site back to as close to as it was before previously.
Yep.
Did you have any other questions?
Just being a public site, will the CMA be having signage for what the works are and sort of a bit of an explanation, any contact details? Just so if I have any of the members of the public come up to me and question my works or methods, that obviously I can have a bit of a chat to them, but just to put in contact with someone else who can explain it a little bit better.
Yeah, so we'll have signage up on the temporary fencing and we'll put some more signage around the park with I'll list EGCMA's phone number and my own for contact. And if your workers have any members of the public, just direct them to me. I'll deal with any discussions or with general public that might come up.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, well, thank you both for the meeting. Look forward to working with you and we'll see where we can get out on site and have a better look, and we'll get the ball rolling on getting this signed off and approved.
No worries.
Thank you.
Catch you soon.
Thank you.